Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video today we will going to discuss about the CAN controller. So in last video in autosar series we discussed about the CAN controller. Okay, in hardware object there is two types, CAN controller and hardware object. Okay, so in last video we discussed about the CAN controller. Okay, now we will discuss about the hardware. Okay, hardware object. Okay, so in CAN controller, like controller, we have configure some specific parameter. It will come like as TX processing, RS processing, and wake up processing. And we have to give reference CPU reference and wake up reference, baud rate reference, and we will also configure like RAM base address, RAM size, physical. All things we are configuring the CAN controller. Yesterday we discussed. Okay, last video. So in this video today we will discuss about the hardware object. Okay, so what the specific parameter will come under the hardware object, that we will see today. So in hardware object first will come CAN ID type. Okay, next is CAN handle type. Okay, next is that hardware filter. Next CAN control reference we have to give. Okay, so this is the main parameter we have to configure. We will see inside this parameter what the parameter will come. Okay, so in CAN ID tag there is two type of container will come, whether it is a standard or extended. Okay, standard or extended. Okay, so extended means what? Extended means what? So in a standard means we are configuring 11 bits up to. Okay, and in this 29 bits we are configuring. If you don't know, if you want to know, check my last video. I discussed in the CAN data frame. I explain standard means what, extended means what. Okay, so in CAN ID we will configure a standard or extended. Okay, based on the requirement. Okay, next here we will configure handle tag. Okay, handle tag means whether it is the basic or full. Okay, basic or full. So if we are going to configure basic means there is one hardware and many message ID we are going to configure. Okay, similar coming to the full, in full one hardware and only one message ID. Okay, so in handle type there is two type of the container, like basic or full. In basic we have to configure one hardware object and many message ID we can configure in the basic. Similar it's coming to the full, there is only one hardware object and only one message ID we can configure. That is the difference between the basic and full. Okay, next coming to the hardware filter. So in hardware filter, before that one more container is there, like object type. Okay, object, I'm writing short form object type. Okay, in object tag first we will see object type. Okay, then we will discuss hardware filter. So in object tag, its object type is nothing but direction. So in which direction you want to configure, whether it is RX or TX. Okay, so whether it is a RX or TX. Okay, so it's depend upon the requirement, like what is the requirement, say whether it is RX message or TX message. So with the respect of that, we have to configure or select RX or TX. Okay, here. Next, hardware filter. In hardware filter, like we have to configure code and mask range value we have to configure. Okay, value we have to configure in the hardware filter. Okay. Now coming to the CAN controller. Okay, so what we are configure in the CAN controller, that should have to give reference here. Okay, in CAN controller, like we have to configure TX processing, RX processing, and all things, backup processing. We will give a reference, CPU reference, baud rate reference, backup reference. Okay, we will configure RAM size, physical value. So all things we have to give in here reference in the hardware object. Okay, and as I said, when you are working on the project from a scratch, that time we have to configure CAN controller. Okay, but if you are working joined in the middle of the project, okay, that time no need to configure CAN controller. Just we have to check all the parameter whether is configured or not, because CAN controller is one type configuration. Okay, and hardware we can configure with the respect of message. We have to all configure the all parameter like CAN ID tag, CAN handle tag, object tag, whether it's TX or RX, hardware filter, and we have to give reference CAN control reference. So these things we have to configure with the respect of message. Okay, in hardware object. Okay, hardware is what? Hardware is a mailbox dedicated. Okay, it is one type of dedicated to mailbox. Okay, this is the parameter will come under the CAN controller. Okay, so one more thing is like we have to configure here which tool we have to use. Unit traces we can use. Okay, unit traces, many tools is there based on the DaVinci configurator is there. Okay, so based on the depend upon the company. Okay, so this is the what the hardware object in CAN controller. Okay, so we both saw hardware and CAN controller. Okay, this module is completed. Okay, we will see another module in next video. Thank you for watching this video.